here, Guy Walker, myself, head football coach Josh Strickland, overtime segment. This segment sponsored by Roof Masters, your local Hawsell Sonic. Coach Strickland, and a lot of this overtime, I really just kind of want to hand to you, man, and let you kind of talk about some of the things and people. Tell me a little bit about your experience coming back, the fans, the supporting, things going around the school. Just talk to me a little bit about that.
Man, I've been kind of overwhelmed a little bit coming back with all the support that I've received and my family's received, which, as a football coach or as a coach, you want your whole family to feel like they're a part of something. My wife, as far as a coach's wife, she loves the game. She loves being around it. This coaching staff and the families, they've been really, really accepting to us, which a lot of guys were on staff here before we got here. The overall community, man, it's been nothing but supportive. And I'll tell you what, first game for me at that stadium was kind of emotional coming back home. But, man, last week at that game, when I looked up in the stands and I saw how many people were there, I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean, anywhere from, the band, the drill team, cheerleaders, just the community in general. I heard, there's people parking a long ways away to come to that game. And to see that many people, even after halftime, I looked up. There wasn't anybody that had left. It was awesome. And I heard a bunch of support at one particular point in the third quarter, and I appreciated it. But so just to see those guys there, I want to thank all those groups. Matter of fact, the football program this morning, we took the band donuts, the drill team donuts, the cheerleader donuts, because when you think about it all, that's what Friday nights are about. It's that whole community. I don't care what sport or what group you're a part of. When everybody can come into one place on a Friday night in small town East Texas, I don't think it gets any better than that. So I've been amazed at that.
And it's why they call it Friday Night Lights, because it takes every one of those coming in, and I watch, and sometimes in a Hawsell crowd, they do a great job participating. They do a great job. Sometimes we're loud when we need to be quiet. Sometimes we're quiet when we need to be loud, but that's anywhere on a Friday night, man. You said something about bringing on food and supporting each other. One of the things that I've always been impressed with is how the band supports the football team. The football team supports the Bells, vice versa, and it's something that I hope continues throughout this year of just that general, because it's what makes Hawsell special. Yeah,
it really does, and I think it can always get better. I think the support within the school, football is that unique sport that starts the school year off, along with volleyball, and some other sports too, but I've always, as a football coach, believe, man, it's our role to kind of kick this thing off the right way. And we can't do it alone, okay, as far as the atmosphere. Our players feed off of that atmosphere. And I don't know if people understand that as much as they should, but, we feed off of the energy in the crowd, from the band, the drill team, the cheer. We feed off of all that. And so that does nothing but help us.
Yeah, I know last year with the COVID issues we had, the band wasn't allowed to be there a couple of times, and it was a whole different atmosphere in the stadium. It was quiet, eerie, and you're listening to moms scream that probably shouldn't be screaming what they're screaming without the band and the bells down there doing it. It's a fun atmosphere to ball.
Yeah, it really is. I can't hear the people that are telling me I made the wrong play call and any of that. So it's all good, which I don't think I've ever heard that. It's just I'm so zoned in. I really don't hear
40 what play you going to call.
If they are, they're going to have to get louder. So
and you bring up I got a question, because it's something I may have even asked you before, Coach, is when you're down on the field. I know anytime now, this was 20, 30 years ago, and I'd be down on the field. I heard nothing that was up in the stands, nothing whatsoever. Can you hear?
No.
Or do you just feel the energy?
I'm telling you, it's just like, if you've ever seen the movie For Love of the Game, when Kevin Costner hits the pitcher, and he says, cue the mechanism, or whatever he says, and everything just goes silent. That's exactly what it is. Even when I played, I don't hear any of that, which our players do. Right. Of course, it also helps me. I got a headset on.
Yeah.
So I can hear the coaches and things like that, but, we feed off the energy, but also want our cats to be so zoned in that, what their focus is. But that energy helps. The whole pomp and circumstance around Friday Night Lights. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Well, you can see it on the sideline where the coaches are fired up because the kids are fired up. This because the fans is fired up. The cheerleaders and the band is fired up.
Yeah.
And we had 75 cheerleaders on the side Friday night between this big and this big. So that was a really fun atmosphere.
Are you saying there was a certain coach fired up? Friday
There was one coach fired up. I'm not going to say which one that got about 20 yards on the field. The referee may not have been able to hear well. That's what I've been told.
Well, you talk about being fired up. One of the things I loved about homecoming is you see ex-Bobcats, a lot of them that were really, really good Bobcats, come into the stadium. And one of the things I hope happens is they don't just come in during homecoming.
Yeah.
You see those guys come in and get a playoff game.
Yeah.
Come to a playoff game. Those kind of things.
Yeah, the great thing about a town with one high school and that I've kind of missed over the last few years is, those people that come back home, and I challenge any of those former Bobcats that live around here, man, come on out to every single game. I know we have some really good players that played for us in the past that are alumni that don't live real close, that can't make them all, but I've already seen quite a few of them make an effort to get here.
Right.
And so that means a lot to me as an alumni and an ex-Bobcat player here, and I just, I hope that continues.
And the last question on overtime that we're going to have here with you, Coach. Again, just real quick, tell me what's your overall feeling right now? Is it still just inside your heart overwhelming coming back home, or is it starting to get normal?
We're getting in our groove. I mean, it's still awesome to be back home, and that'll never change. I'll probably get emotional before every Friday night game. That's just the way it is. An intense coach that I like to be and all that. So we're getting in our groove as far as our family and transition and all that. Right now, it's just, hey, we're ready for our first district game, and wipe that record clean over the first three, and let's get started.
I got a question. How's it feel to have you picture up on a billboard? Have you gotten used to that yet?
When I go to Longview to eat, I try to go interstate. No, I'm just kidding.
That is a cool deal.
No, yeah. My daughter thinks that like I'm like a celebrity.
A superstar.
So she goes, "Daddy, you're on a billboard," and she points it out every single time.
I do want to share with the folks at home watching or listening to us. And this is one of the things I love about having you here, Coach, and I'm sharing kind of some personal thing, is texting you after that first week. And it's one of the things that I know that you're the right man for this job is I sent you a text, and it pretty much said, hey, man, I saw a difference in this football team, and I saw a difference in the way they fought. And your response was, hey, man, thank you, but I don't like to lose.
Yeah. No,
and that answers for the people at home all they need to know and all I need to know about Josh Strickland.
Yeah, no, I don't. I love, don't get me wrong, I love all the support, but I'm ready to get some wins in that win column for this program.
It'll come. It will come. Guys, thank you. This has been Overtime. Coach Josh Strickland, Guy Walker. This segment sponsored by Roof Masters and your local Hallsville Sonic. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.